Hello everyone. This presentation is related with final variables, final methods, abstract class and methods, array and string class. In this presentation, we will see final variables and methods, final classes, finalize method, abstract class and abstract method, visibility control, arrays, string and string buffer class. First, we will see final variables and methods. All methods and variables can be overridden by default in subclasses. If we want to prevent the subclasses from overriding the members of the superclass, we can declare them as final using the keyword final as a modifier. Here in this example, size is a final variable having the value as 100, whereas display is the final method. Making a method final ensures that the functionality defined in this method will never be altered in any way. Similarly, the value of final variable can never be changed. Final variables behave like class variables and they do not take any space on individual objects of the class. Now, final classes. We may prevent a class being further subclassed for security reasons. A class that cannot be subclassed is called a final class. This is achieved in Java using the keyword final. As given here in this example, class 1 is the final class. Similarly, class 2 is also the final class which extends class 3. Any attempt to inherit these classes, that is class 1 and class 2, will cause an error and the compiler will not allow it. Finalize method. A constructor method is used to initialize an object when it is declared. This process is known as initialization. Similarly, Java supports a concept called finalization, which is just opposite to initialization. Java runtime is an automatic garbage collecting system. It automatically frees up the memory resources used by the objects. But objects may hold other non-object resources such as file descriptors or window system fonts. The garbage collector cannot free these resources. In order to free these resources, we must use a finalizer method. This is similar to destructors in C++. The finalizer method is finalize and can be added to any class. Java calls that method whenever it is about to reclaim the space for that object. Abstract methods and classes. Making a method final, we ensure that the method is not redefined in a subclass. Java allows to do something that is exactly opposite to this. That is, we can indicate that a method must always be redefined in a subclass, thus making overriding compulsory. This is done using the modifier keyword abstract in the method definition. As given in this example, the class shape is the abstract class, and in this class, draw method is declared as the abstract method. When a class contains one or more abstract methods, it should also be declared abstract as given in the above example. While using abstract classes, we must satisfy the following conditions. Number 1, we cannot use abstract classes to instantiate objects directly. That is, here the declaration statement shape s is equal to new shape is illegal because Shape is an abstract class. Number 2, the abstract methods of an abstract class must be defined in its subclass. And number 3, we cannot declare abstract constructors or abstract static methods. Now we'll see what is visibility control. It may be necessary in some situations to restrict the access to certain variables and methods from outside the class. We can achieve this in Java by applying visibility modifiers to the instance variables and methods. The visibility modifiers are also known as access modifiers. Java provides three types of visibility modifiers. These are public, private, and protected. These modifiers provide different levels of protection as shown in this table. Public modifier. A variable or a method declared as public has the widest possible visibility and accessible everywhere. Second modifier, protected. The protected modifier makes the fields visible not only to all classes and subclasses in the same package but also to subclasses in other packages. The non-subclasses in other packages cannot access the protected members. Next is private. Private field enjoy the highest degree of protection. They are accessible only within their own class. They cannot be inherited by subclasses and therefore not accessible in subclasses. A method declared as private behaves like a method declared as final. It prevents the method from being subclasses. Next is the private protected. A field can be declared with two keywords, private and protected, together like private protected integer marks. This gives a visibility level in between the protected access. This modifier makes the fields visible in all subclasses regardless of what packages they are in. These fields are not accessible by other classes in the same package. Now, rules of thumb for visibility control. Here are some rules for applying appropriate access modifiers. Number 1. Use public if the field is to be visible everywhere. Next, use protected if the field is to be visible everywhere in the current package and also subclasses in other packages. Next, use default if the field is to be visible everywhere in the current package only. Next, use private protected if the field is to be visible only in the subclasses regardless of packages. And the last, use private if the field is not to be visible anywhere except in its own class. Now we'll see how to declare and initialize or use the arrays in Java. Creation of an array involves three steps. Number 1, declare the array. Number 2, create memory locations. And number 3, put values into the memory locations. Arrays in Java may be declared in two forms. In the first form, we specify the data type, then array name, followed by array name, we specify square bracket. Or in the second form, first we write data type, square bracket, and then array name. After declaring an array, create it using new operator as shown here. That is, array name is equal to new data type in the square bracket. We give the size of the array. In the following example, array has 10 elements ranging from 0 to 9. Here, first we declare the array integer square bracket arr is equal to new int into the square bracket write the size of the array as 10. Arrays are actually objects and therefore they can have fields. The field length returns the number of elements in the array. Arrays can even contain other arrays. This capability allows you to create arrays of many dimensions. Following statement creates a two-dimensional array. The declaration statement is integer, mat, and then two empty square brackets. After this, mat is equal to new integer in the square bracket 3 and in the second square bracket we write 4. Meaning is that this will create one integer array which is a two-dimensional containing 3 rows and 4 columns. In Java, strings are class objects and implemented using two classes, namely string and StringBuffer. Java strings as compared to C strings are more reliable and predictable. This is basically due to C's lack of bounds checking. A Java string is not a character array and is not null terminated. Strings may be declared and created as follows: string and then string variable name. String variable is equal to new string into bracket within quotation mark string to be assigned. For example, string s and then s equal to new string into bracket within quotation mark the string, that is hello. These two statements may be combined as string s equal to new string into bracket the string hello. It is also possible to get length of the string using the length method of the string class. For example, int a equal to s dot length. Java strings can be concatenated using the plus operator. We can also create and use arrays that contain strings. The statement string s and then square bracket is equal to new string into square bracket the size s3. This will create an array S to hold three string constants. Now we will see some methods available in the strings class. Method to lowercase will convert the string to lowercase. Method to uppercase convert the string to uppercase. Method replaces the appearance of one string with other. Function trim removes white spaces at the beginning and end of the string. Function equals returns true if two strings are equal. There is a function or method equals ignore case. This will return true if string 1 is equal to string 2, ignoring the case of characters. Function length will return the length of the string. Method concatenates two strings. Method compare to returns true if string 1 is less than string 2, positive if string 1 is greater than string 2, and 0 if both the strings are equal. Then the method substring will return the substring from the main string. Value of method creates a string object of the parameter p. Index of method gives the position of first occurrence of the substring in the string, and then index of gives the position of x that occurs after nth position in the given string. Now the class StringBuffer. Java StringBuffer class is used to create mutable, that is modifiable string. The StringBuffer class in Java is same as string class except that it is mutable, that is it can be changed. StringBuffer is a peer class of string that provides much of the functionality of strings. String represents fixed length, immutable character sequences, while StringBuffer represents growable and writable character sequences. String buffer may have characters that and substrings inserted in the middle or appended to the end. Important constructors of string buffer class are string buffer without any parameter, that is the default constructor. Then the second constructor string buffer with one parameter of type string, and the third one is the constructor with integer parameter. Now some methods in string buffer class. Method append is used to append specified string. Then method insert is used to insert the specified string with this string at the specified position. Then the replace method is used to replace the string from specified start index and end index. The method delete is used to delete the string from the specified start index and end index. Method reverse is used to reverse the string. Method character at is used to return the character at the specified position. The method length is used to return the length of the string, that is total number of characters. Method substring is used to return substring from the specified begin index. Similarly, method substring is also used to return the substring from the specified begin index and end index. That's the end of this presentation. Thank you.